Dobra, jeszcze zobaczymy, czy coś tutaj znajdziemy w tym pomieszczeniu. Pudełko z tytoniem. Tutaj oczywiście karty. Tu możemy sobie otworzyć te drzwi. No i co, wracamy do góry. Trzeba otworzyć jego gabinet, skoro mamy już kluczyk. No i proszę, co my tutaj znajdziemy, w tym pomieszczeniu? Maszyna do pisania. Jest list. Otrzymałem twój ostatni list. To moja ostatnia odpowiedź. Twierdzisz, że zrobiłeś to wszystko dla mnie, ale to nieprawda. Myślałeś tylko i wyłącznie o sobie. To tobie nie wystarczył nasz dom, nasz dochód. Zawsze chciałeś więcej. To ty postanowiłeś zdobyć więcej pieniędzy lekkomyślnymi, nielegalnymi sposobami. To ty zdecydowałeś, że uciekniesz do Kanady, żeby ratować skórę. I nie wspomniałeś mi nawet o tym, dopóki nie było już za późno, żeby zrobić cokolwiek poza tańczeniem, jak ty zagrasz. A ja już nie mam ochoty na taniec. Twierdzisz, że to też twoje dzieci. Oczywiście, że tak, ale również i moje. Jestem tu z nimi codziennie. Koję ich rozpacz, próbuję pocieszyć je po stracie ojca. Staram się najmocniej jak mogę, żeby podstęp się nie wydał. Ale zaczynam się do tego przyzwyczajać. Do działania samodzielnie, do mówienia we własnym imieniu, do życia nowym życiem. Odzyskuję równowagę. Zaczynam czuć się dobrze.
So I guess that's it. Grandma had enough time on her own. Without Grandpa, without Pierre. She realized she liked things better that way.
Can you blame her?
No, not at all. It was her chance to have her own independence. And who would want to give up their whole life, everything they know, just for some guy and some money?
People have done worse for less.
Yeah, but Grandma had a pretty good life, didn't she? Her advice column, her art, her kids, her house. Maybe she just needed a little time to herself to realize how good she had it.
Bardzo ciekawe. Mamy jeszcze jedną szufladę, ale tutaj w niej nic nie ma. Kolejna. Jest tylko jakiś ołówek. No i co? Tu. Chyba to wszystko, co mogliśmy tutaj zbadać.
Dodge this! Just like the Swamp of Sadness
The what?
from Neverending Story. Where the horse dies?
Is that a movie? You're seriously thinking about movies right now?
We watched it together on video. I was like 6, and I cried so hard we had to stop the movie because of the horse dying in the Swamp of Sadness.
Oh, that movie.
Lautrec! That's the name of the mystery man. Think he's got mail? Guess we'll never know. It's locked anyway.
Maybe that's for the best. Tampering with other people's mail is illegal.
Znalazłyśmy skrzynkę pocztową podpisaną Lautrec. Tyle, że nie możemy się do niej dostać. Mama mówi, że to nielegalne. Ale to frajerska wymówka. No to ciekawe. Aha!
Looks like a mailbox key.
Oh, I was hoping that would turn up.
I swear, you could be so nosy sometimes.
Dobra, mamy klucz do skrzynki, więc szybko tam przejdziemy i za chwilę dowiemy się, co w niej jest, jeżeli w ogóle coś tam jest. A jednak.
Looks like Pierre tried to mail this, but he messed up the postage or something. Let's crack this bad boy open.
Wait, opening other people's mail? I don't know, Tess.
If this guy was your real father, you're his next of kin, so it's fine.
Is that how that works?
I don't know, probably. Makes sense to me.
I suppose you have a point.
Let's see what we've got here.
Zwrócić do nadawcy, niewystarczająca opłata. Do wszystkich zainteresowanych przyznaję się do odpowiedzialności za serię włamań, wskutek których skradziono łącznie niemal 500 000 towarów. Pracowałem jako inspektor nieruchomości hrabstwa Gain przez ponad 10 lat. Podczas partii pokera w 1966 roku zaczepił mnie mężczyzna zainteresowany nabyciem za gotówkę planów budynków i mojej wiedzy. Wraz z kilkoma innymi osobami brał na cel sklepy i inne przedsiębiorstwa, które pozostawiały na noc na swoim terenie duże ilości gotówki. Nasza współpraca rozwinęła się, a mój udział w niej stawał się coraz większy. Otrzymałem 10% zysków z włamań w zamian za informacje na temat możliwych sposobów na przechytrzenie ochrony sklepów. Wraz z upływem czasu zaczęli obierać za cel coraz trudniejsze do obrabowania obiekty. Nie miałem możliwości wycofania się z umowy. Grozili nie tylko mnie, lecz także mojej rodzinie. Nie widząc innego rozwiązania, wystawiłem fałszywe świadectwo własnego zgonu, wykradłszy z biura hrabstwa stosowne blankiety. Porzuciłem żonę i córki, aby przekroczyć granicę pod przybraną tożsamością, poleciwszy im wcześniej ruszyć moim śladem. Nie zrobiły tego i chciałbym, aby żałuję, że je o to poprosiłem. Zniszczyłem resztki, które pozostały po mojej zdobyczy. Moja żona, Helen, nie wiedziała nic o moich przestępstwach do momentu, w którym było już za późno. Udawała, że do mojej śmierci naprawdę doszło, bo nie miała innego wyboru. Jest niewinna. Decyzję o udziale w tej serii przestępstw podjąłem wyłącznie ja sam. Proszę tylko o jedno, abyście zostawili moją żonę i córki w spokoju. Oto moje przyznanie się do winy. Leonard Lambos.
So Pierre was my dad?
He wrote this whole confession, but it never made it. It's been here ever since.
I can't believe it.
Well, it says right there.
No, I mean rhetorically, Tess. Jeez.
Right.
I'm... So my mother wasn't having an affair at all. Or whatever this would have been.
Not except with Grandpa's secret identity.
So my father hadn't died. When we thought he'd had a heart attack, he was just here, on this dock. We never got to know him. He was just a car ride away. August and I suffered over something that never even happened.
Yeah. I'm really sorry, Mom. For your whole life, you'd thought your dad had just died, and you had to live with that. That really sucks.
I can't believe I can't believe he just abandoned us. All this time, he was here. He gave up his family, his children.
For an old boat and some booze.
I wish I could have talked to him. Just one more time. And my mother living a lie. For the rest of her life, I can't even imagine. I just wish I could have talked to her about it. While she was alive,
Wish you could have been there for her?
Yeah. If we could have just... She didn't have to carry all this alone. I can't believe she would do that to us, lie to us, her whole life. Why didn't she say anything? Even when we were all grown up.
Maybe she was trying to protect you.
Yeah, maybe. August was so little. But I was old enough to know the truth. I just wish we would have talked.
So, that's it? He spent all his money, tried to send this confession, and disappeared, and he never came back? Do you think he could still be alive?
I don't know. Honestly, I honestly don't care. It doesn't really matter, does it? Either way, he's gone.
You don't want to keep going? Maybe we could find...
No, I think we've found enough.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Mom.
He pretended to die. But he really just left me, like everyone else.
I didn't leave you.
Well, maybe not yet. But your dad...
I thought you said you were the one who kicked Dad out.
I mean... Well, it wasn't quite like that. I guess... Listen. I'll give you the full story in the car. I'm freezing out here.
Yeah, me too.
Tess, thanks for doing this. For coming with me.
Of course.
And for pushing me to find out what happened.
Just doing my job.
I know I haven't been the best mom lately. But I am so lucky to have such an incredible, kind,
Oh, Mom.
beautiful, hardworking...
Stop. You'll make me cry.
just such an amazing daughter.
I love you, Mom.
I love you too, honey.
Hey, Mom. I was thinking about something. I wonder what Grandma would say about all this.
Good question. What do you think?
I don't think she'd be too happy. Now, girls, I hid those private things away so people wouldn't find them. I don't know why you couldn't leave well enough alone. Well, if you didn't want people to find it, maybe you should have gotten rid of it. Well, okay. Maybe I did want you to find it. A little bit.
So you asked about what happened with me and Dad.
Uh-huh.
Well, your dad, was always looking for the next thing. Always had a new idea to try that was gonna fix all his problems, our problems. And for a while, it was the video store. And then that sales thing, and then he decided that he was gonna be a professional poker player.
Is that what you meant by full-time gambler?
Yeah. I mean, not really a gambler. He's not playing with his own money. It's all tournaments and stuff. They're playing as a sport.
That's kind of cool.
It's certainly, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's following his dreams. He might not make it, but he is going for it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I never really thought about it in that kind of light.
I mean, I wish he could have been here, but he had a dream, and he had to follow it. I get it.
Right, my little web entrepreneur.
It's like Matt Damon in Rounders.
It's not really like Rounders. I mean, he wins a lot in Rounders, and he's a lot more handsome.
He must really like poker.
He likes it. But I wouldn't say that's the real reason he left. The split came at a really hard time. The theater was doing worse, and I was spending all my time there. Then your grandmother started really declining and needed more and more help. I think when I decided we needed to move in with her to care for her, well, being a full-time caretaker for his mother-in-law was not something your father ever signed up for. So he left for Nevada. He wanted to stay married. Said we could make it work. But by that time...
It was already over.
Yeah, exactly. I realized that this was a pattern that would never really end. Do you blame me for ending it?
No, I get it. You needed his support, and he just ran away. Kind of forced your hand.
Yeah, kind of.
That sucks, Mom. But I do miss him. I'm sorry for buying the tickets.
Oh,
I should have talked to you first. I guess I thought, I don't know, that Dad, explain everything to me in a way that made sense, and that he was living some great life out there.
no, you shouldn't apologize. I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier. I guess I was embarrassed. That I would have married such a ding-dong. Professional gambler. I didn't want to have to say it out loud. But I guess you can't keep running away from your problems forever.
Now I have these tickets and I don't know what to do.
I think you should go.
To Reno?
Yeah. I think it would be good for you to hear his side of the story. We may not always get along, but he's not a bad guy. And you guys have a good relationship. You should spend some time with him. I think it'd be good for both of you.
Are you sure, Mom?
Yeah, I'm sure. But it's not over Thanksgiving, right?
Oh God, no. And Miss August mac and cheese? Fat chance. I'm proud of you, Mom.
For what?
What do you mean, for what? You're kick-ass. How many moms would stop packing up their house to drive their daughter all over Michigan to search for a family secret? Or run their own business, run a community theater? That's pretty cool.
All right. Maybe not the brightest idea from a financial perspective, but it is pretty cool. Thanks, honey. That means a lot. And speaking of businesses, that's pretty impressive that you made enough money to buy a plane ticket.
Yeah, it's exciting that people are willing to pay me to design websites.
Well, I've seen what you can do, and you do a great job.
Thanks, Mom.
I'm serious. When I saw your web stuff, I don't always know what I'm looking at, but I know it looks good.
Thanks.
An artist's eye, just like your grandma.
And my mom. But maybe it skipped over my aunt.
Come on, her painting wasn't that bad. Well, I guess I always imagined that you'd go to Ford like Grandma and me. It's silly, but it's not fair of me. God knows I didn't do everything my mom wanted me to do.
Like seeing Kurt?
Yeah, exactly. Amongst many other things. But yeah, it's hard to let go, to see you as an adult, and not just my baby girl.
Mom.
You were so cute back then. Even cuter than now.
Stop.
And you had the biggest head. Everyone said it. Everyone said, that's the baby with the biggest head.
Bowling ball head, the bowling ball baby.
Yep. And it was all your dad. On my side, we all have perfect, tiny little heads. Like golf balls.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think about the whole August thing?
Moving in with her?
Yeah. I guess it's a big decision, moving to Chicago.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly.
Would you want to move in with her?
It seems like a good choice. Even if it's just for a while, at least we'd have a place to stay.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Are you worried about the theater? Or my school?
These days, I'm worried about everything, but I'm confident too. Confident we can figure it out.
Yeah.
We've been through so much this last year. You've been through so much. I have to have faith that we'll continue to make things work.
Yeah. Me too.
I will say, August's house is pretty nice.
Her bathtub is the size of my bedroom.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be worth it for the bathtub alone. We should call August and tell her about all this.
Oh, hey August, guess what? Our dad really is our dad.
You can sleep easy. We're not French-Canadian after all.
Whatever we end up doing, I'm glad you're with me.
Yeah. Me too.
Moi drodzy, tak kończy się gra Open Roads. Ta przygoda córki i matki. Poznaliśmy wszystkie tajemnice i było to naprawdę bardzo ciekawe doświadczenie. Jeśli podobała wam się cała ta seria, to zostawcie łapkę w górę pod tym filmem, zostawcie również subskrypcję i dzwoneczek, żeby wiedzieć o każdym nowym filmie i o każdej nowej serii. Możecie również wspierać mój kanał, link do Patronite'a znajduje się w opisie tego filmu, a my słyszymy się niebawem w kolejnych seriach. Trzymajcie się i do usłyszenia.